We've had a really nice email that was just simple. I don't know if we should kick off the show by reading the nice email or just get into our straight debaucherousness.
Let's have a little reading.
All right, cool. It's from Dwayne. Here you go.
Dwayne. You want me to read it?
Yeah, why not?
I know you could make me do work today. Hi there. My name is Dwayne, and I just wanted to spread some holiday cheer. I've just recently found your site at howtokillanhour.com, and you guys have some great stuff going on over here. Keep up the good work. Best, Dwayne Major. You made me read it out just as a way of just plugging the show and the website. Saying how you guys are awesome, all amazing, great.
And got a website. Also, Dev, this Monday, it was apparently Blue Monday, which is not a real thing. But apparently, if you believe in Blue Monday, it's the Monday where everybody feels the saddest. So people feel upset and you're more likely to feel depressed, and everyone was trying to help everyone get through it on Monday.
Is that when Dwayne sent an email?
Dwayne sent an email before that, because Dwayne sounds like the kind of guy that doesn't believe in Blue Monday. He sounds
Dwayne Major sounds like a made-up name.
Honestly, isn't, bro.
Dwayne Major.
It's a majorly good name, bro.
Shout out Dwayne. Thank you very much. That's nice.
Major Dwayne.
It's nice when you do these things that people, they are actually listening, and you are touching people intimately.
I do like to touch people in on the balls, did you say?
It's a little bull tickle.
Little bull tickle.
There's an audio bull tickle for you, Dwayne.
Yeah. So, Dev, I've got two choices for you, bro. We've got two songs, right? Or two pieces of audio that we can play for you. One is to help people get over their Blue Monday in a very positive, general way. Yeah. And the other is just a silly little video or a silly little bit of audio.
Let's go for column A first. Let's start at the very beginning.
Oh, you want to go for A first?
Place to start.
A comes with a video. So this is a gentleman from Georgia Tech.
What's that, nearly 2 minutes?
Oh, yeah. It's a big bit of audio.
Instagram and Twitter have reduced my attention span down to about 15 seconds. And now we're less with TikTok.
Oh, yeah, TikTok's great, man.
If you can't get it all out in 15 seconds, I'm not interested.
You might like this. It's a guy called Nicholas Selby. He is a graduate of mechanical engineering, and he gave this sophomore welcome, bruv. This is for you if you're feeling down out there.
We chose Georgia Tech because we want to do the impossible.
I hate him.
And this school is equipped with the resources and faculty to help us do just that.
Can you pause it a sec? Just one second. Can I ask this?
In the words of...
Why is he being so fucking smug?
Wait for it, bruv.
I don't like how smug he's being. What does he know that the rest of us don't know?
It gets better, man.
All right. Sorry.
It gets better. Imagine you're having a grey day, though, bruv. Yeah. This is why he's being smug. You need this. Motivational speakers need to be confident.
I don't believe in violence at all, right? I feel like there's always a way we can sort out our problems.
Yeah.
I want to punch him in the mouth really hard. I want to punch him as hard as I can. I want to take a run up to punch him in the mouth.
Bad person. All right, carry on.
Sir Isaac Newton.
The words of Sir Isaac Newton.
If I have seen further, it is by standing on the shoulders of giants. Georgia Tech is proud of its many traditions, but the one I find most exciting is our tradition of excellence. Our mission as students is not to follow in the footsteps of the astronauts, Nobel Prize laureates, and presidents who graduated before us, but to exceed their footsteps.
Yes!
Crush the shoulders of the giants upon whom we stand. We here are all such innovative people, so I am telling you, if you want to change the world, you're at Georgia Tech. You can do that. If you want to build the Iron Man suit, you're at Georgia Tech.
Yes!
You can do that. If you want to play theme music during your convocation, like a badass, we're at Georgia Tech. We can do that. I am doing that.
He got a round of applause as well. I mean, if you're seeing the video for this, Dev's face is a picture. I feel motivated. I don't even go to Georgia Tech, and I feel like I'm motivated.
I hated that.
Why?
So much. All right. There's many reasons.
Yeah.
Let's break it down. First off, this should be an advert for Adderall, because that's what he's hopped up on. That's not enthusiasm right there. That's prescription drugs. Why is he so mental?
This is one chance.
Control yourself, mate. Also, he did that thing where just because He's talking really passionately, yelling. There's the music going on. His intonation is sort of reminds you of speeches we've heard before. There was a little bit of Independence Day there going on. You're thinking, this is great. When you actually listen to what he was saying, total bollocks and nonsense. It's like an Instagram quote. At first you look at it and you go, oh, that's really clever. But then you start thinking about it and you go, no, it's not actually. It's sort of a bit of clever wordplay, but nothing really to it. If you want to build the Iron Man suit, you can. You're at Georgia Tech.
Yeah.
If you want to put a bit of theme music under your speech, like I'm doing right now, you can because you're at Georgia Tech. What has he told me?
He's inspiring people. You could make a real life Iron Man. But if you want to do something as trivial as just having some music behind you when you do a speech welcoming other students to the school, you can do that. We welcome you to do things your ways. All positive speeches sound like that.
Nah, there's better motivational speeches than that.
Like what?
I'm trying to think. Like, all right, so the one from Independence Day, I remember like, physically getting up on my feet, even though I'm not American and I'm nothing against aliens.
It wasn't real.
And it wasn't real. I remember on the line, we will have our Independence Day. I remember standing up on my feet and feeling like, yes, I feel like I'm ready to.
Yeah.
Feel like I'm ready to do something. I'm trying to think any other inspirational speeches from films. But the one in The Warriors was quite rousing. Can you do it? No?
You're putting that above this.
Hell yeah. I'd watch the speech from The Warriors over this guy any day. And then I'd get all of the Warriors to beat the shit out of this guy because he annoys me so much. Can you do it?
Oh yeah, Billy said the speech from Any Given Sunday. That is a speech. Or what
The
about
Neil Warnock version.
What?
which one?
Neil Warnock.
The Neil Warnock version. Now, you know what? All right, over that.
It's a game of inches. On any given Sunday. So that's a really bad impression.
What about Denzel's speech in Training Day?
You motherfuckers.
You-
King Kong ain't got shit on me. Yeah, that was a pretty good one.
You motherfuckers.
Yeah, now all I'm doing is thinking about. Okay. I don't know why we didn't think about this one straight away. Braveheart.
Okay,
That was pretty good.
yeah.
That was a pretty good.
That was when Mel Gibson wasn't cancelled, didn't it? That was before cancellation.
But interesting to think at that time, he still would have been allegedly a little bit racist.
Always.
So even when he's doing the speech, they
Yeah.
may take our lives, but they'll never take our freedom. Unless you're brown or a little bit Jewish. But other than that, they will never take our freedom. Do you remember the voicemails he left?
Oh
on his
my!
WhatsApp?
That's how we got fucked up in it because it was was it voicemails or recorded phone calls or whatever when he was just. It's the things that people say when they don't realize.
It is kind of fascinating because that was the first time the mask really slipped on somebody so famous that I can think of, where you really got to see how they think. And for those who don't know, by the way, a few years ago, Mel Gibson's then wife
Yeah.
released voicemails or phone calls she was having with Mel. And I mean, he said a lot of wild shit in those phone calls, but one of them was about, he used slightly different language, but he said, I don't like the clothes you're wearing or you dress like a slut. I hope on your way home tonight, you get attacked by a gang of black people. Well,
It's something fucked up like that, wasn't
way
it?
more colourful language than that. It was basically saying he hopes that she gets sexually assaulted by a group
Jesus.
of black guys. Like, that's where his mind went to first. It was not just, I wish horrible things to you, but in his mind, that was the worst thing that could happen to her, is that she not just gets attacked, but attacked by a load of black guys. They may take our life.
But yeah, they took his fucking freedom, mate.
Good.
He ain't free in Hollywood to
So
make
they
films.
should. So they should. They should take his. But then the other thing is, I'm not looking to Mel Gibson to be my moral compass in life. Like, I'm not basing my political or wild views on what Mel Gibson thinks. Let him, have his feathered hair and Lethal Weapon. Produce the odd
Can we still watch Lethal Weapon, by the way? Because I really used to like those films.
diplomatic immunity. Fine.
Oh, he's fucking racist. He's racist in Lethal Weapon 4 as fuck.
Do you reckon he's
To the Asian man.
and what about to his partner Danny Glover? He's a black guy.
Yeah.
Do you reckon he secretly resents him the whole time that he has to be partners with him?
Yeah.
Just hated it.
What, like during the actual filming?
I don't know about cancelling Mel Gibson. You know, there's something about how outrageous it was that makes it hard for me to take seriously.
Yeah.
It's something like, hang on, it's just having a little. It's almost like his outburst is so ridiculous that I don't look at it and go, oh my goodness, like Mel Gibson's so racist. I just think, it looks like he had a bit of a moment. He had a meltdown.
Nah, you can't. You just don't say those things, bro.
But that's what he's
thinking. Don't say those things.
Just beneath the
really
surface.
thinking. And it's got me thinking about some actors, Dev. A lot of actors, I don't think they're just acting. I think they know the lines, they know the words, but they're just playing it as themselves. You ever thought about that, bruv? Why some actors are so good and they get typecast in the same roles? They're not acting. They're just saying the words.
Yeah.
Johnny Depp. He does play a lot of himself.
He plays the same character in every film, more or less. Jack Black,
Jason Statham.
Yeah.
Who else does the same? Denzel does a lot of Denzel. He does play Denzel in a lot of films.
Yeah, he does.
He does.
Basically
Equalizer, Training Day, Denzel, Deja Vu, Denzel. Yeah, he's very Denzel. Who else?
But he does that very well. Isn't that the best job to have in the world, where you get
turn up and be you?
Yeah. Robert De Niro.
Yeah. Samuel L. Jackson.
Yeah.
He played you. Motherfucker.
Every single film, basically being Samuel L. Jackson. Yeah.
When I say motherfucker in my head, it's a Samuel L. Jackson motherfucker every single time. That's the best kind of motherfucker.
I think he made that between him and I was going to say Richard Pryor, but I think Samuel L. Jackson, backwards Kangol hats and motherfucker.
Yeah.
Samuel L. Jackson, I think, is responsible for keeping that stock like pretty high.
Kangol should have given him some real dough. Did he ever? He must have had a Kangol deal at some point in his life.
Maybe since the last time I saw somebody wear a backwards Kangol hat was in maybe like the 90s. I think he single-handedly kept Kangol in business.
I don't even know what else Kangol would sell now. Well, if I went to let me go to the Kangol website. I
remember a lot of like velour shirts from Kangol.
See, if you type in Kangol on Google, the first thing that comes up is Kangol hats. Kangol hats.
You can't wear that ever, can you? Have they got a wear?
You go to the Kangol website, it's all fucking hats.
Are they just a hat brand? Where did I imagine that they had?
I swear they had other stuff.
Bags.
Over-the-shoulder shit bag.
Apparel rather. Bucket
So
hats.
It's basically just hats.
Let's have a look at the men's collection.
We
might get some Kangol shit sent to us.
It depends on what you say, Dev, really, doesn't it?
Go for
men's.
Yeah, men's. all right. So first off,
for the people that are
first off,
listening to this on
the
the pod.
Wool 504 is basically, if you want to look like a pimp from Harlem in the 80s, that's the one you go for.
Yeah.
Keep scrolling down.
I like the 507, the lines on it. The 507 is like a farmer hat, but it's got go faster stripes on the side as well.
Make your pimps like more aerodynamic. The limited edition Bermuda Casual, if you want to do LL Cool J with rope chain. There's not really that many different styles of hat that they've done. They keep scrolling down. Just another
hidden layers driving cap. Oh, okay. It's got like a little bit of a.
Oh, I like the twill army cap as a sort of touch of Cuban rebel about it.
Yeah.
I like that.
And the Bermuda Casual in blue. It's got that fluffy effect on it. Proper bucket hat.
It's interesting that they're still in business, isn't it? Are there enough people buying Kangol hats that can keep them afloat?
Yeah, I think that's because of Samuel Jackson. Isn't it crazy how culture...
Why did it not have a picture of Samuel L. Jackson on the website? It's beyond me.
100%.
It's an English clothing company. No way.
Is it what? Where did you see that?
Just an aside. English clothing company, famous for its headwear. Say famous for Samuel L. Jackson wearing your hats.
Shit.
Remember, but the K was for knitting and the Ang was for Angora and the O was for wool.
So it's knitted Angora wool. That's pub quiz info. Right.
But their headquarters are in Denver. This is really boring, isn't it?
Yeah. Let's get back to the show. So should we play that alternative tune at the end of the song, the silly one? We'll play that. It's called Baby Booty. We'll play Baby Booty.
So this is supposed
to
to cheer me up on a Blue Monday.
The Blue Monday stuff was that motivational speech.
Okay.
I mean, I can play the Baby Booty bit now, but I think,
What's this
you
baby?
chose.
What's Baby Booty?
It's a little bit of audio that we're going to play for you instead of the audio that you asked for at the start. You had a choice.
Okay.
Should we save it to the end of the show?
I guess
Let's
let's hear Baby Booty.
No,
I
save it to the end of the
already know
show.
I'm not gonna like it, but go on.
I think we'll save it to the end of the show, Dev. We'll do that because I think, give it a little bit of space, a little bit of a tease.
Is that what you've got your notes written on today?
It's what I know what buttons to press for the audio and a little bit of paper. Dev, how's the Duolingo going, by the way? I don't know if you've spoken about this on the show or not a little bit. How's that going?
Muy bien. Gracias. ¿Cuándo es partido de fútbol? ¿Partido de fútbol es hoy?
Just go and party and play
¿O
football?
partido de fútbol es mañana?
Party and football in
Yo
the Spanish.
necesito café sin leche, sin azúcar.
What does that mean?
I want some coffee without sugar or milk. That's all I've learned right now. Yeah, I've been doing Duolingo. I've got my 65-day streak.
Yeah.
I've been learning Duolingo to speak to Spanish women.
And how have you found your Spanish speaking? And why did you do Duolingo for starters?
I thought it seemed like a bit of an easy way to learn. That's nice. I like that. It seemed like a bit of an easy way to learn. A lot of people are learning through the app. It was free. Mainly.
Right.
It's free. Although I did upgrade to the Plus version because you can download the offline courses.
So you invested, bro. You're a premium subscriber. Not only last week did you say that you've been premium porn subscriber, but for apps, you're the kind of customer that they like because you're like, I like the basic. I'm going to invest in the full version.
I've got a couple Patreon prescriptions as well. Subscriptions.
Wait, Freudian slip there. Got a couple penicillin prescriptions.
Got terrible symptoms. If I'm really into something and I think, I like this as a service, I don't mind paying for it.
So how does Duolingo work? I've used it ages ago, but I can't remember the basis of how it works.
There's quite a lot of, word pairings, and at first it starts teaching you like you're a kid. So picture of an apple, and then what's this? What is touch the apple? But then quickly you get into developing phrases, and what I quite like is that you have to write out a lot of Spanish. So it's not just saying it. You write out Spanish. So there's the sort of like touch element where you pair words up. There's also writing out and also speech. So provided there's not too many people around me, there's a speech bit. It will tell you how to say a sentence and you say it into the phone and in it. Because that's the hardest bit of learning a language, I think, is actually using it and saying it. It's all well and good now, I understand what this word means. But then, what happens is...
what was that Spanish for?
That was the elderflower. But then what happens is you try and speak a language to somebody, they assume, you know the language, and then they start speaking back to you and you have to go, no, I only know how to ask for coffee.
That sort of fucks me up because I'll say like one thing perfectly, like good morning in their language, and they'll be like,
that's English.
Yeah. Well, I'll just say good morning in Spanish then. How do I say good morning in Spanish then?
Buenos dias.
Buenos dias?
Yeah.
I'll say it like that.
And then
they
somebody,
go,
they're like,
and I'm like, whoa.
No, sorry, I was just showing off. But, I want to, I remember being at a party a couple of years ago in Ibiza, and it was pretty small, and it seemed like everyone in there was like a dancer or something. And I went up to two different girls I wanted to speak to, and they both were like, no English, no habla English.
So there's nothing to do.
I was like, this is fucking bullshit.
They probably understood that. If you said that out loud as well, they'd be like, hey, I'd like to talk to you.
Like,
Sorry, I don't speak your language. You fucking bullshit.
Bullshit. And I like the sound of the language anyway. And I also thought there's enough countries around the world that speak Spanish that it would actually open up doors for you. But, it also got me thinking, there are people who are in relationships with people where they don't speak the same language.
How the fuck does
How
that
does it work?
What, like you're saying neither of them knows the other language and they...
Do you remember when Katie Price, she was with somebody, was his name Fernando or something like that?
I hope so.
His name was Fernando or something like that. They were together and they needed a translator. I don't think that all the time. I think that occasionally, not like when they're in the bedroom.
So they were just...
He says he's enjoying himself.
Something
like that.
Yeah.
But yeah, that would be so weird.
That'd be a shit relationship because you can't... what are we going to eat for dinner tonight?
Yeah, just pointing at stuff on the menu. Yeah, you?
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah.
Although, be nice and peaceful sometimes. Imagine just going, babes, listen, I would love to talk to you about this.
Yeah.
We don't speak the same language, so let's just sit in silence and enjoy each other's company.
You just like put your finger to her lips and go shh.
I mean, what is it? 70% of communication is non-verbal anyway.
Yeah.
So maybe those people are experiencing a deeper connection than we are. They're not.
Nah,
but
they're not.
maybe they are.
How long do you think you could last not speaking to somebody in a relationship from the get-go?
A long weekend, maybe.
Yeah.
A long week. I could have a nice long weekend. But I'm talking if I met somebody, don't speak a lick of English. I don't speak any of their language. A long weekend we could spend together before I'm like, okay, this is weird now.
Yeah, like what do you like? There's apart from having sex and eating food and just like walking around a bit, like what you can't really partake in any activity where you could have some shared interests. Fuck that.
I also don't feel like languages are promoted enough in this country. I know we have to learn. What did you do in school? You did
French, apparently.
You did French. French
apparently.
is a good one.
Yeah.
I did Spanish. Some kids in my school did German.
Did
as
you
well.
really do Spanish? Though?
I was pretty good at Spanish in school. I
So-
liked it. I was good in school.
So
until,
good that you don't need to use an app called Duolingo to learn Spanish
you forget
again.
it, don't you? Like when you're not using it, you forget. If you don't get to use a language, it's like it's like playing an instrument or something. If you don't practice every single day, then it kind of goes away a little bit. But no, I try and tell this to my nephew because he was also learning Spanish. I was like, mate, if you got even half decent at learning another language, do you know the doors that would open for you?
Mm-hmm.
Do you know the do you know the vagina that would open for you?
If you're the only guy, we've all been there. We've all been. Even if you've not, I suggest you go to another country with somebody that speaks the language, and you just watch how their game elevates them levels above you. Because don't forget, when you go to another country, unless that's the country that you're from and you look like one of the natives, you are now an exotic fruit.
And
Yeah.
I don't know if everybody feels like this. There's something about being a dusty little kid from a council estate in Hackney. Like, if I go to another country and I like meet somebody or whatever, especially if you end up hooking up with them, I feel like Superman.
All right, wouldn't go that far.
You know what I mean?
How do you feel like Superman? Go on. How do you feel like Superman?
I just stand in the Superman pose. You know, if I've been to another country and I've hooked up with somebody,
Yeah. And which pose is
Obviously
that?
not-
Where you stand there with your
Yeah,
legs
yeah,
open
yeah,
and
yeah,
your hands on your
Yeah.
hands in fists and then on your hips.
like if I could go to the 8-year-old me, sat on, like the 8-year-old me would have been sat on a beanbag on a council estate in Hackney,
Yeah.
like watching. Probably would have been like He-Man, Turtles, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Galaxy High, Galaxy High, Power Rangers probably.
Power Rangers, yes.
Do you used to fight, by the way, ever who used to be the Red Ranger in your group?
No,
I
we
wanted to be the black one.
wanted to all be the Green Ranger.
No,
innit?
that came
Yeah.
later. You used to fight over who was...
Oh, who was Jason?
The original
Jason
lineup was
Jason. That was it. No, I think I wanted to be. It wasn't Blue Ranger Billy.
No
Who
one wanted
was-
to be the Blue Ranger.
I wanted to.
That fucking neat.
I wanted to be the black,
blue one.
the Black Ranger, who was
you
actually a black
didn't.
person that danced. I wanted to be the black guy.
Nah, you're lying.
Swear to God.
You're lying.
No, man, I took it because I could be like dancing and then like do sweep kicks and kick people over.
You're lying. There's
Swear to God.
nobody wanted to be. Everyone wanted to be the Red Ranger. That was it. Tommy. No, Tommy was the green
No,
one.
Tommy was the Jason.
Jason was
was
Are we getting that the right way around?
Jason was the Red Power
Anyway,
Ranger. Yeah.
I forgot what. Anyway, so if I could have gone to the 8-year-old me,
Yeah.
sat on a beanbag watching Power Rangers, arguing over who gets to be the Red Ranger,
Yeah.
and told him, you know, one day, you're gonna be crushing some international person.
What's an international purse?
Don't you worry, mate.
What's the Why you look like me? Are you my dad?
Don't you worry. I'm not your dad.
Okay.
I'm from the future.
All right.
And start learning Spanish, boy.
Okay. Like what should I learn?
Start learning Spanish, maybe even Chinese as well. In case.
Okay. All right.
Because I'm from the future, but I'm not from the really far, far future where China
Okay.
might have taken over everything. So learn Spanish.
China's gonna take over. You
Learn
said.
Spanish and Chinese, my boy. Maybe.
Okay.
Possibly.
Okay.
And also, here's some betting tips. All right.
Okay.
Also, invent Facebook. All right. I've got to go now.
What's Facebook?
Bye.
What's it?
Sorry, I've
Hey,
run out of time. Bye.
Hey guys, I think I just met someone that said he's not my dad, but he looks like my dad, and he says we need to eat Spanish and Chinese tonight. So does anyone know any Spanish and Chinese takeaways?
I should go back to that 8-year-old version of you and go, invent Facebook.
So yeah, Duolingo. So it sounds cool, man. Like
It's
I
really good.
almost
I'm
want to keep
enjoying it.
tabs on how your Spanish is going, though. I feel like I want to invite a Spanish person. I'm going to get a Spanish friend on the line to have a conversation with you at some point.
Yeah.
And I won't make it too taxing, but I want you to have like a generic.
I would genuinely enjoy
convo.
that. That'd be good fun. I'd like that.
Cool. Oh yeah, can't forget how we rode down to the show today. There's certain details that we might have to leave out.
You should tell the story then. Why don't you tell the story and I'll just go,
I came down today in a luxury
American black church mum.
No, massive shout out to the Out who provided us with a luxury vehicle for road trips. They're basically a high-end vehicle hire company.
Are you allowed to say what car it is?
Oh yeah, man. Yeah, go on. It was a Range Rover autobiography sport.
Nice.
Do you know what is a lot of people said this, Dev, what you said when you hopped into the car. You were like, boy, kind of suits you.
Yeah, I think you're missing out parts of the story first. So you come to pick me up. We're on the same road, by the way. We're on the same stretch of road. And I'm looking up and down it to try and find Marcus. I'm like, where is this guy?
Where's the escort?
He's on the phone to me like, yeah, I'm here. I'm
Where's
here.
the
I'm like,
Fiesta?
no. Look, this is the road I'm on. Marcus like, no, we're on the same road. I'm looking up and down, up and down, up and down. So let me put my hazard lights on. I'm looking around. I'm thinking, I can't see. Dude, you're not here. I mean, I can see a Range Rover with the hazard lights on, but I can't see. I can't see anybody else. And then I'm like, oh shit,
Is that you?
Marcus is in the range. And as I got closer to the car, you had that. I don't know what is that jacket? It's like a sheepskin jacket. Like the Del Boy one.
The one that I was wearing.
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
just like it's a big kind of cashmere jacket with the puffer.
He had like one of them on with the sunglasses on as well. I was half expecting you to have leather driving gloves on as well as I got closer. But I have to say, you really suit that car.
Thank you. I think it's a height thing, you know. I think because
what are the details we have to leave out, by the way?
The details are.
But I can talk about the other bit when we pulled up to the studio.
Yeah. In fact, you know what? Can we save that? That's coming up. So make sure you stick around for that. But I'll tell you what I did on the weekend first. So yeah, it's a road trip kind of thing. So what I did was hopped in the whip with Gadgets Boy, Gadgets John, a couple of other influencers, and we drove up to Denham, just outside of London, and it was sick because we had loads of space to put all of our stuff in the car, and we got in a chopper.
The new Range Rover, spacious.
Yeah, got in a chopper, and we drove in a chopper across London, bruv.
Why did you just make it sound like so casual? You drove in this brand new Range Rover.
Yep.
Got into a helicopter. Get choked up thinking about it. What was the night fight? Got in a helicopter and then went for a tour around London.
Yeah, man. It was beautiful.
That's pretty
It was
dope.
wicked. Came back and then just...
How is London for the sky?
You know what? It was fucking freezing because with this helicopter, you could choose to have the door on or off. And
who chooses to have the door off? No, I want all the doors, please.
Bro, the two doors were off. And the harness that you wear is not a special harness when the door's off. It's the same harness. And you can take photos and stuff. It looks a lot clearer. You can see a lot more of what's going on. The pictures are sick.
Yeah, I'll see
I'll put them up
London
on my
through
socials.
thick glass. I'm fine, thanks. That is mad.
But yeah,
so
man,
it's... wivel without the doors.
But you know what? We did quite a sensible road trip. We didn't go too far, but with the Out, I didn't realize until later on in the booking, you get 2 people get insured, up to 2 people in your car. So if you want a road trip, you can share the driving, and they give you insurance that takes you all the way around Europe as well. So if we wanted to go to France for a couple of days, we could have done that as well. So if you want to experience a high-end vehicle, then go to the Out and you can try out like a new whip, a nice high-end whip.
Yeah, because if you are going on a road trip with your mates,
yeah.
You don't want them in your car, do you?
Nah. Well, it depends what kind of car you have. But if you look, I see it like this. If you want to have a group holiday, yeah, but you want to stay in the UK, or you want to go to France or something, you don't want to do like you don't want to all go to Vegas or something like that. Put some money together, hire out this car for a couple of days, 2-3 days. Yeah, you can leave on a Friday, come back on a Sunday. You can drive somewhere, chill there on a Friday night, have a few drinks, chill on a Saturday, go out, come back on a Sunday.
Or if you want to trick people into thinking you're doing a lot better than you actually are, also rent a high-end car. The reactions you were getting,
all right, real talk,
like in the space of how long was I in that car with you for? Half an hour?
Yep.
Not even.
Yep.
I mean, until you see it with your own eyes, it's something you almost want to convince yourself. Nah, people aren't. Like, say girls especially, they're not really impressed by a nice car, are they? Surely they wouldn't just look at you because you're driving a nice car. Turns out, they absolutely fucking will. Even as I was getting into the range, there was a girl walking past us who turned around, craned her neck to look back, to see us like jumping in the car.
Yeah.
So okay, that was interesting. And then as we turned up to your studio, there was somebody outside who'd almost a bit of a double take, held eye contact as we were all driving past, and then stared basically as we were hopping out. Is that all it takes?
I'll be honest, I know one of her colleagues. I think I know her boss, and so I know her company. So I've spoken to her boss before, met her before, and I've walked through the building.
She didn't give you no.
I've had no time off her before. She's not looked at me. She's done the opposite. She's unseen me, right? And then unseen me.
She's
unseen me. And then I noticed that when we were driving in, it was more than a double take. It was a net breaking look that she gave us. But it's been happening.
Proper pushing out a few vertebrae just to catch a glimpse. You know, the only place I've seen like that where it was that fickle and it seemed like, oh wow, people really buy into this type of lifestyle. Vegas.
I'll go, Dev. Yeah.
When I went Vegas on a stag do with a couple of guys, none of us are balling, but for Vegas, you kind of have to. With Vegas, when you go as a guy, you have to get a table.
Yeah.
You have to like kind of do the whole VIP bougie thing. Otherwise, you get treated like a fucking dickhead.
Exactly. Can I stop you there for a sec? I'll say to you, if you want to go to Vegas and you have enough money to go humbly twice, save all that money and go once and go crazy.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Vegas
you
isn't
don't go
somewhere
Vegas a bunch of times. No, you do it once, you do it big, and you go, okay, we did it.
Yeah.
But they have this really awful system in Vegas where as a guy, you're supposed to pay for the table.
Everything.
And then if you're a girl,
Nothing.
you could probably go to Vegas for a week for probably the price of your flights. And I know this is awful. I don't agree with it, but this is how Vegas is set up, okay? And this got explained to me by a group of girls who go there quite a lot. It's a group of girls from Manchester who I met when I was out there, told me this is what they do. When you land, you and your girls decide, all right, we're going to go Vegas for a week. When you land, you go to your hotel, you put on your nicest bikini, you go down to the swimming pool, you get your friend to post take a couple of first trap pictures of you. You post that picture on your Instagram, you tag the hotel that you're staying in.
That's it.
Within an hour, 2 hours, somebody's going to be in your DMs going, oh, listen, we've got a table tonight. You know, we'd like to invite you and your friends out. Now, it's not like a sex thing. It's not like, oh, we're trying to DM you because, you know, we're trying to smash. Whoever's DMing you, whoever's got a table, they want to be surrounded by girls. And so, in fact, the girls I was speaking to were at a table on their own. Turns out there was a couple of guys, I think they're like bankers from the Middle East or something. They'd taken the girls out, spent $5,000 at dinner, lost 10 grand in the casino, dropped another like 6 bags for the table in the club, got the drinks and left.
That's
and
what they do,
all right, girls,
enjoy
have
your
a good
life.
time.
Yeah.
Now, but that's the problem, is when you go there as a guy, that's who you're competing with. You're competing with a couple of guys who can drop 25 grand on a night out and like feel like it's pocket change. But that is kind of how you have to operate. You know that girls get separate menus to the guys out there? We paid at one point £1,000 for a bottle that cost $75 in the airport.
Right, yeah.
I looked at the same bottle in the airport, it was $75. So the assumption is you get to pay that money, you get to have your table, and for what, 3.5 hours, you get to pretend like you're P. Diddy for a little bit.
It's experience.
Yeah.
It's experience. You know, you don't forget with the table service, you get the waitress, you get the security guard, you know, and you know, some guys, you know, they like it. A girl comes along to the table. Because let's be fair, like you said, everybody knows how this works. There are girls that will come up to the table and be
I've never seen first-year girls in all my life. So they bring your drinks over when you're at the table. The second that bit of foil pops off the top of the... As soon as they take that little bit off the top of the bottle, right, break the seal,
and the bottle.
you got these random girls popping out like from behind the sofa, like somebody say Belvedere, like they come out of nowhere. Yeah. And then what I realized is you get taken advantage of. So they see you got a bottle, a couple of guys, they're like, oh, there's no girls at that table, let's just go over. So you'll get a group of girls show up holding glasses out and that. Like, yeah, cool. Holding glasses out. And I started doing the math and working out. I'm like,
you were doing milliliters.
That's like $180 a drink right there. You better put that back. So then what happens is you get into this really awful thing of, oh, well, if there's going to be girls at the table, they got to be like the best girls in it. Now, again, I don't agree with any of this, but you get caught up. You're thinking, well, we're here now. We've paid, some of us, £600 each to be at this fucking table. Like, I'm making this work for me. So I actually ended up becoming a really awful person. I was only in Vegas for like a few days, but I became this awful person where I remember once we're at this one place and a bunch of random girls, they show up, they start like getting themselves drinks. And I turned to the bouncer and I went, listen, just wait for me to walk away. But as soon as I do, tell all these girls they gotta go. Tell them to leave, all right? And he was like, all right. Now I thought, he's gonna wait for me to get, far enough that they don't know it's me. They don't know it's me. Dude, the second that I told him, I was like, this is how quickly it happened. All the girls sat at our table. I turned around to him and I went, listen, mate, don't make it look like it was me who said this. Don't make it obvious. Just wait till I leave. But all these guys have got to go. He went like this. Cool, got ya. All right, ladies, wrap it up. Let's go. And this was the other really telling thing about that situation. No argument from any of the girls. No. The second he went, all right, let's go, they went, all right, cool.
Yeah.
They know exactly how it runs. They'll just move to another table and get some more free drinks. Towards the end of the day, it started getting really bad. I remember I was walking around once and I was like, all right, let me go talk to somebody. I saw one girl I quite liked the look of. I walked up to her. Before I got my opening gambit at, she turned away from me. Kind of nudged her friend like, look at this fucking loser. Kind of nudged her friend and rolled her eyes and sort of turned away from me in front of everybody. And I'm thinking, nah. I just crossed this whole room to come and talk to her. I'm not just going to go, oh, okay,
thank you.
So I tried to oh, hey guys, what's going on? I just wanted to come and say hello. Like, I wasn't sure if you guys were here with anybody. I just wanted to see if you wanted to come have a drink. They went, why? Have you got a table? I looked at her right in the face. I went, yeah. And the attitude changed straight away. She went, oh, okay, sorry. I just thought you were some random guy. Yeah, sure. But then after that, you almost don't want to give, you don't even deserve a drink.
The first time you brought her all the way over there and went to security, when I walk away from the table.
Tell her she's got to leave.
Tell her she's got to get the fuck out of it.
But that's what I mean. Yeah. You're almost, you want that look so much while you're there. Oh, look, we've got the table that's popping and all the girls are at this table. That I'd even be willing to hang out with somebody who 10 seconds ago wouldn't even give me the time of day.
It's crazy, isn't it?
I felt so dirty coming back from that trip.
It's over here now. The whole table culture is well and truly been here for like years now. So
the weekend millionaires is how I heard them described.
Oh yeah, the weekend ballers. I
thought that was a good way of putting it.
There's students out there that are spending their student loan on freaking bottles at tables. But you know what? The tide is turning. I was at a club in North London a good few years ago, and we're out there raving, dancing to probably like Sean Paul or something like that. Do you know what I mean? And my friend went to the smoking area and came back, called another mate and went to the smoking area and came back. And I was like, bro, why'd you keep coming and going? And he was like, because we had a little table area. He's like, I had to do some recon and make sure this is true, bruv. There's some girls over there. Look over there. We look over and they're like, hey. He's like, they want us to come to their table. I was like, whoa, okay. This is new.
How did you feel? You felt dirty, didn't you?
Fuck, I felt great.
Felt like a little tart.
I felt like a tart, yeah. I felt like a piece of meat immediately.
Right over there, didn't you?
Immediately, so in my head I was like, let's go. And then I was like, so yeah, what we'll do is we'll give it like 9.5 minutes. In my head I'm like, 1, 2, 3, 4. And then it was I think it kind of gave me a viewpoint from a woman's point of view, because these women were very alpha. We went over to their, I said, fuck it, let's do it. So we told the waitress.
You would have turned down a free drink. I'd have been over there in a shot.
No, we had our own table, but we brought our bottles to their table.
Them together. It's fine.
Pretty much. I think there was a little bit of conversation. Like when I think somebody reconned, I might have gone, yeah, how's it going? They're like, yeah, come. So we made it happen. Go over to the table. But it was like, as we went over one by one, they were all looking at us and talking, like the girls, like not in like a tight group, like looking over their shoulder.
What you do, like slap you on the ass about? What you do, sweetheart?
Bro, almost, bro. You just wait, yeah. So they're like chatting, and I go to my boys, like, bruv, are they doing what we think they're doing? And my mate went, yeah, man, they're choosing who's getting who.
Wow.
We were getting selected.
What was the like pecking order, your mates? Because annoyingly, like in my circle of friends, I'm not even just saying that, I'm not trying to garner sympathy or anything. Yeah. I'm like, in a group of 5, I'm like fourth.
Really?
In terms of like the pick, yeah, I'm fourth. I'm shorter than all of them.
Yeah.
I don't work out as much of all of them. And I'm not, there's a couple of like probably like beating me on looks as well.
It depends who
So
we're rolling with, but in my group,
so
it's a pretty
annoying to be
even
the
standard.
ugly mate in my group.
Is it?
Yeah.
Oh man, I feel
And
sorry
I
for
don't
you.
even feel ugly. I think
You're not an ugly guy,
I'm
bro.
happy with the way I look.
You're
But
not
in my
Buzz.
circle of friends,
Yeah.
I'm the ugly friend.
Oh
For
wow.
sure.
In my circle of friends, I'm not the biggest. If you're gonna go to like extended circle, I'm like the not the puniest, but if we're in a room, my physical presence isn't gonna mean shit, and I'm a big guy. But the guys we're with, it's pretty balanced. One of them loved a specific look. I'm gonna just be careful because his missus might be listening. Loved a specific look of lady, yeah. And somehow they just knew that they liked each other. You know that kind of thing where there's like electricity in your
Real
type.
recognises
Yeah,
real.
yeah.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
that's it. Boom, they're talking.
Why is it so fucking cold in here? Sorry.
conditioning,
it's
bro.
so cold in here. Is no one else cold?
I'm all right, you know.
Fucking hell.
Should've just said,
Sorry,
bruv.
go on, right.
Yeah,
they're choosing who's who, right?
And then so we go over there, and then
Did you feel like you're on a conveyor belt in Yo Sushi?
100%. So it was like, so we're like talking, but the music's all loud. It's like, it's like, so it's all like the basic kind of like, yeah, you know, yeah. And it was like, do you want a drink? So I got poured a drink out of my bottle. I was like, okay. And she did the thing where she poured a bit, like a double, looked at me, poured another double in, like as in, I'm gonna get you drunk tonight. And I was like, no, I'm cool actually. I'll get drunk when I want to. Had a few drinks. And this is how alpha they were. I will say this. I'm not shy. We ended up partying on top of the booth, yeah? And she like pushed me up against the wall and like danced on me, turned around, like started dancing on me again, but I wasn't doing the dancing.
Yeah.
I was the trophy piece. She was winding a guy against the wall. I was not the guy winding a girl against the wall.
So-
She'd pin me against the wall.
Sounds
I
like
was
a
the
great
meat.
excuse if, like, say, if you had a girlfriend at the time, if they caught you, you're like, I wasn't dancing. I was merely being danced upon.
I happened to be standing at the side of the club, on top of the chair, to get away from it. I was trying to stand away, and she accosted me with her vagina bent over from the back. She was pushing her vagina into me. She was facing away from me, bending over, and I was saying no, and it looked like I was saying yo, and I was hitting her bottom. I was slapping her away.
Get away from me,
I was
please.
smacking her bum away, and she was just continuing, and people were laughing. So I just smiled because I was pretending I didn't enjoy it.
So she got you pinned up against the wall.
Pinned up against the wall, winded us down. And then the funniest thing is we all come out of the club at the end of the night. We're like, we don't know where this is going to go. I'm like, so what are you doing now? She goes, I'm going across the road to take a piss. I was like, we're going fucking home right now. When she opened her mouth, I was like, you just ruined this whole vibe. I've never had somebody look one way and sound so different. She's like, I'm going over the road to take a piss. And she didn't mean she was going to some toilet in a restaurant, bro. Hop in a squat. I was like, weekend ballers, bro. You never know who you're going to get.
Did you feel this? That they'd invite you over to the table, you'd had their drinks.
No, we brought our drinks. I want to be clear. It was our drinks. Yeah.
Come on, I feel like you're splitting hairs. So they paid for your night.
Yeah.
And, so like, you know, you're dancing and spending time with them. At the end of the night, did you feel like there was any pressure for you to like maybe exchange numbers or even like hooking up with one of them? Like you owed them something.
Man. Do you know what's weird? It's not like, it wasn't like, usually I'd be like, right, I'm chipping. Nice to meet you. See you later. I found myself making like a kind of excuse like, oh, you know, we're just kind of tired now. We're going to, and I was like, I have no fucking reason to do that.
Strange, isn't it? Do you know what? I didn't feel that in Vegas.
Yeah.
I didn't feel like there was any kind of, not that there should be anyway, but I'm saying the girls that we hung out in Vegas, I didn't feel like, oh, well, you've been at my table and we've had those drinks, so I should get your phone number.
Of course.
And I do feel like that's like that over here. With the weekend millionaire, that table culture, the idea that, you know, if you can't just invite a girl to come and, you know, hang out at your table because you like her or what I think the exchange is, well, you get to have somebody come and hang out with you so you don't look like a loser, and then they help you finish your alcohol.
Yeah.
Then mix up the group a little bit. But I just think it's weird that I think that way around, if it was a bunch of girls inviting you to come to the table, it's fine for her to dance on you like that. It's fine for her to almost assume that, oh, well, something's going to happen afterwards or you almost owe me. But if it was the other way around, we would have a problem with that, right?
No, you know what? There's nothing wrong with expecting or wanting something from someone, yeah? No, expecting's wrong. There's wanting something from someone, yeah. But if you expect it and you get grumpy because you don't get your way, that was the wrong choice of word. Don't click that bit. There's nothing wrong with expecting. Bill's like, yep, I got you. So there's nothing wrong with wanting to do something. There's nothing wrong with saying, look, I bought you a few drinks and, I'd like you to whatever, but don't expect it, right? And I felt like I had to make an excuse because because I remember when I said my first excuse, they're like, nah, it's cool, man, just come. And I was like, nah, I'm going to go. They're like, all right. Fine.
One of those ones, getting annoyed.
Yeah, but I'm like, well, you're just going to fucking take a piss on the other side of the road, so you're cancelled now.
There's that weird, that kind of incel culture that's a bit like that they think that, I worry that there's enough young men who think that if you're just a nice guy and you hold doors open and you give compliments and you tip your trilby or whatever to enough ladies as they walk past, that somehow they owe you something. Oh, I've earned this pussy because I've been like really nice all week or something. Sorry, dude, it's not how the world works.
Here's how it works. You just don't know if you're gonna get the pussy. Yeah. And you might do.
We should stop calling it that.
Why not call it the pussy? I think that's a great name.
The pussy.
I don't like girls call it the dick. It's the dick and the pussy. That's what I call it. I don't want to call it the vagina. I don't find vagina and penis very sexy words.
I was thinking this the other day, right? Because I find it really hard to do any kind of like dirty talk in sex, and few times I've hooked up with people who they don't just want you to talk, they really want you to spell out how you feel, what's going on. And I know it's just certain words I shy away from.
What's the words that you shy away from?
Well, pussy's one of them.
Pussy?
If they're like, how does it feel? And I'll be like, oh, your pussy feels so good.
Really?
Yeah, I don't know about
like, yeah.
This pussy, so good. You've got such a wet pussy.
So you say it with a silent P. Silent P. Pussy. Really? So like what? Like if what about the other word? Like what about for talking about your wood, your pecker? What do you say?
I don't know. Although there are definitely some words that shouldn't be used. So I remember this. I was seeing this primary school teacher for a while, and you could tell.
Were you at school?
No, I wasn't.
Okay,
this is not when I was in primary school.
Okay, just checking. Were you at secondary school?
Just my form tutor.
Okay, cool.
so I'm fucking my form tutor, right? And for a little bit of extra credit.
Attention.
And anything to pass. So I was seeing this primary school teacher, and you could tell that she hangs out with little kids all day because she's sort of got, that way of talking where you can. I'm not doing it very well, but you can tell that most of the conversation she has is with little kids. And we was hooking up one time, and like before you start fucking, you either do this. You either take each other's clothes off in the sort of throes of passion, as you're getting down to it. Yeah. Or you go, you have to go, stop. Yeah. Let's get undressed because you're wearing skinny jeans or something. It was one of those ones where it was like, right, I'm not going to be able to comfortably take my clothes off whilst we're still making out and all that. We're going to have to stop. Yeah. Let's just hit pause, get undressed, and then we can resume sort of thing. Right. So as I'm doing that, I get to that really awkward bit where you just like pull your pants down in front of them. Yeah. And she slaps me on the dick and goes like this, hello, little Willie.
And then put on some sexy music as well. Get me. Anyway, go on, you're saying?
She slapped me on the dick and said, hello, little Willie.
Did she look at you in the eye or at the Willie in the eye when she said it?
She was eye to eye with. Now, boop.
Was it, what kind of slap was it? Was it like a tap?
Right on the shaft? Like, mate. No, this sound. No. Yeah. She made that sound. Probably slapped it on the shaft. Hello, little Willie. Like that. Like she was, like I was 6 and she was teaching me how to like wipe my dick properly or something. Hello, little Willie. And it hung out there in the air when she said it. We both kind of looked at each other like, that's really killed the mood, hasn't it? Hello, little Willie.
Hello, little Willie.
I went, really? Hello, little. She's like, oh, no, I didn't mean, like little. I was like, yeah, but, you sort of said it now.
How did your Willie respond to that?
He was really upset about it.
Did it go Fine.
really, really upset about it.
Did it
I was
go?
like, shh, she didn't mean it. She didn't mean it. She didn't mean it. He did not like that. I've noticed actually that
Dicks have feelings.
it really does.
Yeah.
Like, even down to sometimes I've tried to hook up with people where in my mind I'm like, nah, I don't really want to do this, right? My dick won't cooperate. It won't cooperate. It will be like, it's like a stubborn teenager, like,
Nope.
no,
Nope.
no.
Nope.
I'm like, please, come on, just a little bit. No. In fact, screw this. I'm going home.
We all know what Billy's does, though, innit? After last week's, boy.
Mr. Chode over there.
Mr. Chode over there.
Hashtag not my cup.
What did she say again? You should do porn. No, I'm joking. You shouldn't. No, you should.
No, you should. You definitely shouldn't contact me and send me a private email with your Coke can dick, with your multi-variety pack Coke can dick.
But fucking hell, hello, little Willy.
Hello, little Willy.
So Willy's not a sexy word either.
No, actually, I've got plenty of those as well. I've got plenty of like things that have been blurted out where I'm like, that's killed it.
Go on, hit us with another one.
I don't know if I can say that one. Okay, all right. I'll say another one. Okay, I had this one and it was whispered into my ear as well. Immediate mood killer. Okay, you ready?
Go on.
Fuck this white pussy.
Wow.
What? Huh?
Wow.
French Montana, huh?
I'm going to guess you're outside of London then when that happened, yeah?
Not even.
What?
Isn't that a weird thing to say?
She didn't say wide, no? She wasn't like really happy at the width.
I misheard her. Imagine this
She
whole
might have
time.
said it. Fuck this wide pussy. Just say it. You could have missed. Did you say she whispered it? Did she whisper it in your ear?
It could have been. She right? She could have said wide.
Did I say white or white?
Fuck this word, pussy.
Fuck this wide. Did she drag the eye?
What have we made us sound
American.
like she's from Louisiana? I do declare, fuck this wide pussy, boy.
All right. So when she said that, and you're presumed that she said white.
Yeah.
What did you do? I'm done.
No, obviously I think. But afterwards, I was outraged.
Yeah.
No, it just made me feel weird because it was like, oh, is that why?
Duh.
I couldn't imagine saying that to somebody. I couldn't maybe be like, take this black dick. I could never imagine saying that to somebody.
Billy might say, take this wide dick. Billy might say,
Oh,
take
Billy
the
would,
chode.
yeah.
Take the chode.
Take this Coke can. Take this Coke.
Would you like Coke Zero? Because this is full fat.
Fuck me, seriously.
Oh, dear.
Oh,
Yeah, that was
man.
weird. But yeah, there's plenty of like weird things just been blurred. I'm not a talker. I don't like saying stuff while I'm doing it. Can't we just?
I feel like a lot of people do try to overcompensate with chat, but I just am a fan of, in real life, I'm a fan of a little bit of dirty talk. I don't mind it, man. I'm not fussy with it, but I'm not using medical words to describe it. I'm like, I want to put my penis inside your vagina. I can't wait to ejaculate. It's like, that doesn't work. You have to,
I feel like as a nation, we're not that good at it. I don't think dirty talk sounds that good in our accent.
Really?
Which British accent has good sex talk? Oh, well, shit it. Oh, would you like me to put this inside you, do you? Oh, can I come on your tits, can I? Like, it doesn't sound sexy.
I think a nice West London accent.
Give us a cock.
Give us a cock.
Give us a fucking cock.
Marie, I'll give you one up your pussy there, love. There you go. Yeah, hey. Fucking hell. I'm coming.
Oh, yeah, arch your back for me.
Arch it back. That's how I like it. Dip it low.
Maybe like, I don't know, maybe like sort of like Manchester-y sounds quite nice.
Manchester's nice. A Lancashire accent.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
There you go.
Do you fancy me?
No. You're gone Bolton. Bolton, hey.
Hey, he's only gonna come too quickly. You know? You're shagging the Foxy Bingo.
There you go. That's it at the end.
No, I'm done. By the way, why is everybody else's twang, dialect, accent, whatever you want to call it, why is it so funny to us if you're from London?
Just different, innit?
Like I'm
Just
saying,
different.
and I'm saying, like, I know you have listeners like all up and down the UK and around the world. But I don't mean to do this. I know it's not very nice. Just know that if you live outside the M25, right, we, as Londoners, we think your accent's fucking hilarious and we don't take anything you say seriously. Like, hilarious to me. Any accent.
It's just difference, bruv, innit? It's just different. And I think if it's a little bit far away, you find it funny. If it's really far away, it's sexy. So
who's got the worst one?
In the UK?
Don't say Birmingham.
In the UK?
Birmingham's too obvious.
No, Birmingham accent isn't that bad. Because people get Birmingham and Wolverhampton. It's Wolverhampton's the hard. Wolverhampton's where they turn words that are one syllable into two syllables, like roward. Roward is a thing.
Is that road? You're trying to say road?
Roward, yeah.
That's the kind of thing, like, even if you were, like a nuclear physicist from Wolverhampton, what are you trying to say? If
people aren't taking you seriously.
If the neutron gets separated from you're like,
I've managed to disprove E equals MC squared. Nah, bruv, you said squared, didn't it? So whatever, yeah, cool.
Although, people say Scouse is not very attractive. I really like a Scouse accent. I was once in Lime Street Station, really hungover.
Yeah.
And just before I was getting on a train, I was getting a Burger King. I stood behind this girl who said one of the most beautiful sentences I've ever heard. It was like poetry. It's like honey being poured into my lobes. It was lovely. Over my lobes, can't go in your lobe. She said, she got to the front of the queue, she went, I'll have a chicken royale with cheese, please. I just thought, that
got you hard.
Let's get married.
That got you hard.
Let's get married.
You were regretting wearing jeans that day.
I popped a semi in the Burger King queue.
Wow.
I'll have a chicken royale with cheese, please. Oh, gorgeous. I like that. I like it.
Yeah, well, you can enjoy yourself, bro.
I feel like that's the kind of, I feel like they're made of harder stuff,
Yeah.
I feel like
they've got the widest pussies out there.
They got
the widest pussies out there. Fuck this white pussy, Jeff.
Are you saying white or wide?
I said white. Okay,
Right,
I'm still not sure. Can you say it one more time? No, they fuck this white pussy. You're like, I don't know whether to be really turned on right now or not.
Wait, if you're saying wide, fine. But if you're saying white, I'm leaving.
No, Dev, I'm saying white, not white. Keep going all that long. Oh, man. Road trips, by the way, Dev. When you're road tripping, do you ever drive when you're road tripping? Yeah. That was clean, innit? That was so clean, innit?
So road trips, go on, I'm saying.
Yeah, man. I mean, we've spoken about a pussy quite a lot over the last few episodes. But when you're road tripping though, what is your plan of attack though? I'm just curious, like, because I think we've done a bit of driving around, innit?
Yeah. Obviously, I like driving. I'm a terrible passenger seat driver.
Why is that?
I think whether I say it out loud or it's just in my head, I reckon like 2/3 of drivers, like, if they had to do their test again, probably wouldn't pass.
Yep.
Or if you had like a camera in your car for a week and people saw how you drive, they'd be like, nah, give us your license back.
Yep.
You need to learn all over again.
Yep.
And sometimes it's not even just whoever might be driving I don't trust, it's other people.
Yep.
And I just like to know that, well, I think my reaction times are pretty good. I think I don't get distracted when I'm driving. I don't have my phone near me or anything like that. Just put on some tunes, put on a podcast, and I'm good. I like a bit of conversation in the car. I don't like anybody to be sleeping. That really fucks me off. Like, I've been known to, if people sleep in my car when we're on a road trip, I'll put the windows down. I get a little blast of country air in your face.
Yeah.
If I'm awake, you're awake.
Okay.
If you're sleeping, I'm gonna sleep and fucking kill all of us. Yeah, I'm quite particular when I go on my road trips. I like to know exactly what I'm listening to. If you're in the passenger seat, you're also going to be in charge of snacks. So
yeah, what are we doing snacks wise?
You might have to unwrap a Werther's Original and put it in my mouth. You might have to do that as a passenger seat driver.
I'm not putting the whole. I'm unwrapping it and
sit in the back.
I'm holding the bit of the wrapper.
Then sit in the back.
Why do I have to feed you? You're driving. You're not suddenly like the Emperor of Rome.
What, you would rather that I potentially swerve on the M1 and nearly kill us all than you just maybe get a bit of my saliva on your finger?
I don't know if I would. Whoa! You not got to suck the Werther's Original off my finger.
How
then
am I gonna get it out?
It's not even a dusty sweet.
No. Look. Okay, and this is going to be more beneficial for the people watching the video than people who are just listening. Okay,
yeah.
If I was gonna eat a Werther's Original out of your hand, okay, I wouldn't do it like this. did it because there's a chance there's something that I might miss. Okay, this is how I've got.
Oh my God, he's just, by the way, the first motion, if you're listening, he's just normally eating, miming.
This is how I've got to eat a Werther's Original out of your hand, bro. Like this, ready?
Nah.
That's how I've got to do it.
What?
I've got to do a little to allow for
To
case.
suck the sweet out of my
What
hand.
if there's that moment when you release the Werther's Original and I try and get it in my mouth and I haven't kind of...
Now, see, what I'm doing is
Give
I'm
it
palming the Werther's Original if I have to do this to you, yeah? And I'm just saying, open your mouth. And then if you're looking at the video as well, the podcast, I've got my hand in a slapping motion. I'm just going to go...
You can slap it into my mouth.
Slap it into your
That's
mouth.
worse.
Nah, I'm doing it.
That's way worse. What if I choke? What if I
Boy.
choke? And then now
You've got
I
like
definitely
30
kill all of
seconds to
us.
pull over. You're not going to die in that time. I'd be like, if you're choking, pull over to the hard shoulder
Alright.
and then we'll address it. Are you saying you're that bad at driving that you can't take your hand off the gear stick for a while to just accept a sweet being dropped into your hand?
It's
It's not illegal, this, bro.
It says a lot about where we're at. You know that what wouldn't be okay as well? I don't know why. Okay. If we were in a restaurant together and we both ordered separate things,
Yeah.
you've gone for like lamb shank, I maybe have gone for, I don't know, maybe it's veganuary. Maybe I've gone for one of the vegan options.
Quite
something
realistic
with tofu.
choice. Yeah.
And I take a few bites and I'm like, this is amazing. Marcus, taste this. I can't do that, can I? I can't
Take it
offer you
off the fork.
some of my food on
bro.
my fork whilst doing let me hold a hand cradle underneath the fork in case some of it falls off.
And what
Can't do that.
would you then if you then brought the fork to me and then you saw me go, and I would
that's really good,
lick the fork, oh, that's really good, and gave it back to you. How would that feel?
It should be fine, right? It should be
Yeah.
totally fine, but we're not allowed to do that.
Yeah, actually, it reminds me of a dining experience that we did recently, How to Kill an Hour. I went to Dans le Noir, which basically means in the dark, pretty much in France. It's a restaurant that's in Farringdon. I asked you about that. And you can
I don't
make
like
it.
stuff like this.
So it's a restaurant that's in Farringdon, London. It's a great way to kill time. You basically go into a dimly lit room and you can have a cocktail. And then you get led to the end of a corridor and you meet your waiter or waitress there. They then guide you into a pitch black room where you then dine on 3 courses or 2 courses or whatever you want to choose of meals in absolute pitch
Yeah, I hate
darkness.
that. I hate the sound of that.
Now, the person I was with, big shout out to Reese, who came along with me. We got greeted by our waitress, and I remembered her from last time. And I said, "Oh, nice to meet you again." And as we went into the darkness, you feel like you personally slow down a bit and they speed up because they're comfortable with being in the dark. He went, "Fucking hell, you must have had your carrots." And she went, "No, I've been blind for the whole of my life." And he was like, "Oh, okay, sorry." I was like, "Yeah, Reese, as I was saying to you before we came in and you weren't listening, all of the waiters and waitresses here are either really visually impaired or blind, which is amazing because you enter their world straight away." And I felt like she was going too fast, but I was slowing down because she was like guiding us in. All this time I'm saying to Reese still, yeah, so as I was saying, Reese, everybody that works here is like visually impaired. He's like, yeah, cool, but it's crazy. It's mad dark in here. I don't know how you're even getting us to our table. I'm like, "Reese, listen to me, bro." He's like, "They're putting this with it." He finally gets it.
Explain the concept that you do
Yeah.
know, even if the lights were on,
Yeah,
she would have been able to see where
she would have
she's
able to see.
going.
He's like, "Oh, right." But yeah, then you sit down, they guide you to your table. You have to pour your own drinks if you have a bottle of wine or
What?
water.
Pour my own drink? Bullshit. Hate it. Oh my God.
But I will say that the presentation of the meals, then there
not
is a video.
important.
We'll
Look
put
at
it
that.
on. No, you would
Slap it
say
down
that
in front of you. You wouldn't even know the difference.
Big load of mush. No, we'll put a video up on our Facebook group, which is you can join that, and you can actually see that they actually present the food really nicely. If there's a fire
What's
emergency,
the point?
bruv, they can't just slap dash mashed potato and
What
friggin' beef on your
difference
plate.
does it make if you're not gonna see it? They've done all that effort to make it look nice.
I get what you're saying, but if there's a fire alarm and it goes off and then you see like just a plate full of just mess.
No, it doesn't have to be, fucking
Yeah.
the cow pat in the middle of your plate. But
Yeah.
what's the point in like making it look all fancy? You're not gonna see it. You're just gonna eat it straight away anyway.
Yeah, I don't know. But the
Although,
presentation was good.
I did like there was an element of trying to work out what you've had. to
Yeah.
eat, right? I liked that.
Have you
That's
done
cool.
that before? So
No,
you've done
no,
it?
no.
Okay.
I've heard about
yeah,
the
so
experience. before.
afterwards, after you eat, you kind of guess what you're having. You're like, "Oh, I think it was this, it was that." They take you up to another room and you get to see the menu of food that you've eaten. Just for my vegans and vegetarians and pescatarians, there are options for each of you before you go in.
Yeah, they
which
don't like,
see-
you don't go, "I'm a vegan," and you go, "Ha ha, well, you had pork." You had some rare steak.
He had a rare
Gotcha.
steak. What was crawling along your plate was you get to find out what you had. And I think it was just a really, really nice dining experience, and I liked it because it was nice because I got to think about the flavors, and I didn't realize how much I didn't know about food because there was a lot of guessing. Like, to be fair, to Reese's credit, he was really good at guessing the menu. He guessed 65 to 70% of the things right. I did not know. I thought something was chicken when it wasn't. I could tell the difference between a red meat and a white meat, but I couldn't tell the difference between certain vegetables and meat. And I wasn't the only person doing it. And also, it's like a sociable experience. You've got couples to your left and to your right, and people around you. So you get friendly, and you get to meet people. And I started this little game. I started 2 little games. One game was guessing what the people sitting next to you look like. So this whole conversation that you have with people trying to guess what they look like. They're so funny. They were like trying to describe us without saying color. But I was like, you think we're black? And they were like, yeah, we definitely think you were, see? It's kind of like, was he black? I was like, yeah, cool, man. It's cool, like, you know. I'm not
weird for some people that word black is like saying pussy for me.
Yeah. They said that. And also I started this other game. I was like, Reese, fuck it, no one can see, so everyone's gonna join in. Happy birthday to you.
Just 30 times in the evening to start singing happy birthday. That'd be a really interesting way to date somebody, I think.
That's something that came up. Why do you think that's interesting?
Well, because what I liked about you saying that you wasn't able to guess what you were eating, you thought chicken was chicken when it wasn't, is all you've done is remove the visual part of how you normally do something. Or let me reword that. All you've done is change one thing about how you normally experience something. So in the case of eating, all you've done is made it so you can't see what you're eating. It's changed it completely.
Yep.
So maybe that's where a lot of us are going wrong, is we're basing our connections with people off of visuals. I know we're visual people. You see somebody, you think, oh, they're attractive. They start talking and you're like, oh, you're a fucking idiot. We can't go out. But up till that point, it's almost like you've convinced yourself, oh, this person's perfect because they look so nice.
Exactly.
Whereas maybe the way that we need to be doing it now, or at least some of us, is basing your connections off of, oh, what do you start talking about? Like, I would happily say, like, if it was speed dating and it's completely pitch black.
Fucking hell, that'd be dangerous. They have to have conveyor belt seats because you're having people walking around in the dark. Fuck.
Completely dark, and you're going off of, you know, do I like this person's voice? Do I like what they're talking about? Do I get a vibe off of them? It's not based off of what they look like. You know, I've heard that they do a dating thing. I don't know if it's that you see people or not, but I know that you're required to work out for a few hours in a t-shirt, take the t-shirt off, put it in a Ziploc bag, bring that with you to this dating thing, and then you decide if you want to date or who you want to go out on a date with or chat to based off of the smell of the bag.
If there's no panties in there, I'm not interested. You got to put some nice panties in there, bro.
Musty panties.
You got to Ziploc them to keep the moisture in, or we got to go all the way crispy.
But you must have caught someone's natural musk before.
Yeah, man.
Like, say, you know, I've had girlfriends before where, like, first thing in the morning, just before they jump in the shower,
that's their flavour.
Get a little musk, and I'm like,
you know, like, I think it's just from behind the ear, around the neck area. That's where you get that flavour.
I'm getting it from the source, mate. Straight armpit.
Your nose is in the armpit.
Well, just near it, you just get that little. It's like something very primal about that.
Pheromones, bro.
Yeah. So, like, based off of that, that's also something I would be into. But I also feel like you'd have to smell a lot of nasty. You'd have to smell a lot of nasty Butters PE kits before you got to one that you really liked.
I think this exists in Asia. We've got to send you. I mean, to be fair, are you still single, Dev? Can we find some things to send you to try out? We need to find. Yeah, February's around the corner. We could have the month of dating. Yeah. I mean, we've had people in here like judging people's Tinder profiles. We've had a friggin' rate my dick here recently. So why not? We'll try and find some dating stuff.
Yeah, that girl thought Billy's dick was amazing. Yeah.
You know, he loves us bringing that up as well.
It would be funny if it actually was my dick.
Yeah. It would be funny if it actually was his dick.
We weren't just joking around.
Yeah, crazy. Yeah. Wouldn't it be funny if Billy was in porn recently as well?
Many vids,
many vids, BillyWilly.com. But
hello, little Willy. see?
Yeah, man. All right, we'll look for a few things like that and send you on a few bits and bobs like that, man. Right. Let's
You're
quickly.
gonna make me look really fucking desperate.
No, because you're doing it. You're doing it for us.
research.
You're doing it for
sure,
research.
Perfect.
Right. What's
Do it
up,
under the
Bill?
guise of research.
Just going back to that, to someone, I did interview some geezer. He rated my my Tinder profile
did?
at the time.
Right.
Yeah, that's what I was saying.
It wasn't that. Yeah. I'm just going back to that point. He goes, "Oh, you can't talk about their ass." He's like, "Oh, you gave this girl." He said, "Oh, you got big ass. You got to cut that out." I was like, "What?" So,
You told a girl you got a big ass.
Wait a
like
second.
a nice ass, like peachy, in it.
What? No, wait, wait a second. So hang on, you matched with somebody on Tinder.
Yeah.
Your opening gambit was you have a peachy ass.
No. This was like after a few conversations. That wasn't straight. That wouldn't be my straight opener.
Had you seen her bottom in real life yet?
No.
Nah. Yeah, I see. I feel like even as somebody who's not an expert on dating at all, I probably could have told you don't mention the ass in the.
You can do that. Few conversations.
I mean, you can do. It's not gonna go well though, is it?
It went
She's gonna
really
be like,
well.
oh, you're a creep.
It's just his big dick energy.
yeah.
I suppose when you have a massive chode like Billy, I suppose you can get away with. You can get away with stuff like that, but like, you know, for mere mortals like me and Marcus.
Well, I have noticed that some girls, they like tippy toe to make it look bigger.
Oh, to make the bum look bigger.
Yeah.
But I feel like the tippy toes is like the girls' equivalent of when guys fold their arms to make their biceps look bigger. You know, it's all about little tricks of the trade, man.
I didn't know that trick.
That and sitting on a sink, apparently. Apparently
What?
sitting on a sink makes your bum look really big.
Never seen that.
Little bathroom selfie with like sat on a sink.
Yep. I've seen that. Yeah.
You see? Now I mentioned it. Yeah, little tricks of the trade, man. You gotta try and work with what you got.
Oh, Valentine's is going to be great with you two. I love it. Get you out there. Right. So, quick bits of tech in the world, Dev. Disney Plus is coming a week early, March the 24th. Have you heard about Disney Plus?
Yeah, sort of.
Streaming service. All the Marvel films are going to be there.
So it's going to be Disney's entire back catalogue, from black and white Mickey Mouse to I'm trying to think of other stuff they did. So That's So Raven.
All that stuff. I don't know how far they're going to go with black and white stuff, but you're going to have Disney catalogue as they deem fit, and all of the new Avengers films, all the Marvel, because remember Disney own Marvel, they own Fox as well, right? So yeah, it's going to be, what was it, Bill? You said it wasn't too much for a year, was it? Was it £6 a month? $5.99 a month. That's undercutting Netflix. If you've got a 4K Netflix, or £60 a year.
And I suppose it's only a matter of time before they start doing like TV programs and stuff.
Yeah, well, they've already got the what's the Star Wars one called? I'm trying to tricky. Mandalorian, which is you know the Baby Yoda gift that's going around the internet. It's come from that. That's doing really well out there. They're saying that has probably been one of the biggest selling points. So they're out there making their original content. They've got a massive backlog, and they're redoing all of their famous Disney films as live films. So that's coming out. I just thought I'd make you aware of that. There's a theme park that is coming to the world. Maybe when we send you over to Asia for some dating as well, we can show you about it, Dev. But yeah, you might be into this as a gamer, bruv.
Hey.
This is from the actual Super Nintendo theme park. Life-size living video game advert, bro.
Wow.
Universal Studios in Japan. Do you want to actually watch the video, bro?
Wait,
No.
what is this they're doing at Super Nintendo World?
So they're going to be a Super Nintendo World on a website that launched alongside a video. They've not shown us any rides yet, but there's going to be a real-life Mario Kart experience, apparently.
That'd be dope.
Travel the park on Yoshi's back. There's a power-up band.
Do you know, I have to say, I've been to Tokyo a couple of times.
Yeah.
They're going to do this so well.
Yes.
If this was anywhere else, like if this was like Woking or something like that, I'd be worried.
Yeah. It
But
would
the
be a
fact
load
that
of
they're doing
bollocks.
Super Nintendo World in Japan, I'm very excited.
Yeah.
That's going to be awesome.
I just thought I'd let you know. As we find out more, we will let you know. But it's going to be at Universal Studios Japan, and it's going to be a big one, man.
That's really
what would you
cool.
like to see there?
Let me see. What about like a Street Fighter cage where you just get to like kick the shit out of somebody?
Oh yeah.
Just dress up like Ryu. Just like have an actual fight, but just
Yeah.
like whilst you're dressed up as Ryu.
You'd make a sick Ryu, by the way.
Akuba. What else would I want to see? Other like good Super Nintendo games. What about like a Double Dragon stage?
Oi, that's
Again,
old school.
Just where
classic.
you get to like do
yeah.
side scrolly again. You just get to
Yeah.
like beat the shit out of people like with whips and chains and stuff.
Basically, Jeff just wants to beat the shit out of people.
Bumper cars with
Mario
if
Kart.
I don't know how they would make it so that if you were driving a bumper car, you could throw a red shell at
I
somebody.
want to throw a red shell at somebody so bad. I'd love to do that.
Well, you could kind of pretend like if you just went to a regular theme park now and just like threw banana skins on the floor and stuff, you could sort of pretend like you were doing Mario Kart. Or of like the big flagship Super Nintendo games. Well, but maybe like a Pokemon park.
Metroid Prime.
Metroid Prime will be good.
Prime,
but if you could just like try on the Metroid Prime suit or something.
Yeah, I'll be all over it. I'll be all over it, man. I don't know. I just want to see loads of stuff, man. What else? I love loads of Nintendo. I'd love a duck hunt, a real life duck hunt. That's classic.
It's basically just shooting.
Yeah, man. Well, says you that's like, I want to go in there and beat up everyone. As soon as I say that, you're like, that's disgusting. It's just shooting, man.
Walk out to people in the park.
Oh, you can. No, Dev, that's the security guard. Schritzen, you can. So that's happening. Also, a couple of stories before we get out of here. Organic robots are a thing. Dev, organic robots. Be warned, if these robots come to pass, the apocalypse may be nigh, bro. There's a real group of researchers that have created living machines by assembling cells from African clawed frogs, Africa for the win, into tiny robots that move around on their own steam. So they've made robots that technically have two stumpy legs that propel it along on its chest, a hole in the middle that they turn into a pouch that can shimmy around with miniature payloads.
Let's hurry this up. Good.
These are entirely new life forms.
You know, I used to be terrified of, the Boston Dynamics videos when they post like some... Now they got one that can run and you can kick it over and it can open doors and it can let its friend out and everything. I used to be scared of those and now I'm like, you know what? Good.
Yeah.
Good.
Make it happen.
Let's speed this all up. Let's make it so that we got Skynet next week. That's what I want.
Do you know, for you, is it the feeling like when you've got to have a plaster pulled off, you just want it off quickly? Is that what it is? You don't want to have them peeling it off slowly? You
know, when you say organic robots and stuff, and this is what I picture. I want it in my lifetime, be it so that I can cut myself in half, get some robot legs. That's what I want. I want, by the time that I am an old man, I basically want to exist like Krang in the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. I want to be just like a face and a brain that a robot carries me around in.
That a big security guard basically carries you around in, and you say, right, I'm about to eject from the pod. As soon as I eject from this pod in the middle of the body, tell everyone they need to fucking go home. That's what you're going to do.
Straight up. I either want to live in a server or be 90% machine by the time that I'm old. I'm like, let's hurry it up.
It's getting closer, bro.
My bones are starting to ache already. I feel like I'm getting like early arthritis in my little fingers. I'm like, yeah, good.
I really want to know what you've been doing to get your little finger arthritis.
You know what? It's not. It's even just rubbing my hands together too rigorously.
Okay.
Yeah.
I thought it was just having a stiff cup of tea.
Nah, not even.
But yeah, man. Bruv, these are entirely new life forms. They've never existed on Earth, says Michael Levin, the director of Allen Discovery Center at Tufts University in Massachusetts. They're living, programmable organisms. These things live. So how they do it, I'm going to try and break it down.
But if it's... That's like really blurring the lines, doesn't it? Because if it's living, breathing, is it still a robot?
Well, because they're programmed to do very simple tasks, and I think they're trying to avoid getting into conflict with people who are going to talk about animal rights.
Right. Okay.
That's why they're using the word robot. But they're very simple. At the moment, you've got these little things that can move, and when they run out of energy, they just disintegrate, basically. They fall apart when they run out of energy. Yeah, so they're gone. So they're not sure about the applications, but at the moment they have these little things that can move things around. But in the future, they're thinking of using algorithms, to help with diseases, to help clean water. For example, imagine you could just pour a load of little organisms in that collect up dirt out of water, oil and all the stuff that goes into fatbergs that are clogging up all the London sewers, and then they just take them to an area and then die. That's
it's very exciting. Again, though, can we hurry it up? Because I'd like to see that within my lifetime. To be able to go... You can drink as much as you want, smoke as much as you want, do whatever you want. We're just gonna stick a load of these nanobots in your body. They're gonna clean everything up, and you're gonna have the like lungs and liver of a 6-year-old. Like you'll be fine. Do you want a 6-year-old liver?
You're like, thanks, Doc, and then you're like lighting up a massive spliff, a big salami zoot in front of the doctor.
Thank you very much.
I'm gonna show Dev a picture of it. We're gonna put this on a video on our social media. We'll put this in the Facebook group, How to Kill an Hour. Can you describe what this looks like to the podcast listeners?
Like a cloud with nubs. That's what it looks like to me.
It looks kind of like a cloud that's a tooth-shaped cloud.
Yeah, it does a little bit. So what, that walks around?
Yeah, man. walks around. It's got a
How
little
big
pouch
is
in it.
that we're looking at to scale?
Oh, geez. It's a few cells.
Is it
bro.
like, oh, it's just a few cells? Okay, from that picture, it looked like it's like the size of an armchair.
Oh, no, not at all. We're talking
Really comfortable.
tiny.
In fact, it
tiny.
looks like if you could sit on top of that and if it like moved along at the same time as well, that'd be really good.
That could exist in the future. It looks like they're creating a Kirby.
Yeah.
A real life Kirby.
Yeah. It's
Yeah,
come
really
full
one.
circle. They'll have one of those at Super Nintendo World.
Yeah, oh, that'd be good.
They'll have an Ultimatronic Kirby.
I'd be all over that. Right, we'll end on a dirty one before we play that tune that we said we weren't going to forget at the end. This is something that I'm going to show to you, Dev. I'm going to show you the picture, and I'm going to... This is a camera that Billy would probably benefit from.
Is that real?
Mm-hmm. It's
No, I'm saying that picture, the image that we're looking at. Is that... Okay, so
the skin tones aren't right, are they?
right. So the title of the article is this GoPro for your dick is ridiculous.
They're missing out on a trick there. They should have said,
now-
this GoPro is ridiculous.
Better. You can now buy a GoPro for your cock.
Yep.
A cock ring with a camera on it for $160.
Yep.
First off, if you're packing well enough that you could hold, it's actually very ingenious, isn't it? Is that
Cock cam.
rubber that they've done around
Yeah,
there?
it's a cock cam. It's like a cock ring with a camera at the top.
If you were, I got lots of questions. First off, if you're packing well enough that you can wear one of those comfortably and it's not going to get in the way, well done. Well done, you. Secondly, though, I wouldn't know. I don't think I know anybody who'd want to use it or watch the footage back of all the angles you could get. Even POV stuff makes me feel a bit uncomfortable at times. But why are you looking weird? Are you really into POV stuff?
No, I'm thinking I'd be interested to see what
Really?
my own action looks like my prostage.
I don't know,
curious.
man.
I'm curious. I'm not like, I wouldn't be like, yeah, I'm just curious to see, And also thinking, looking at this cock ring, because it's a cock ring and there's nothing holding it up, it could slip around and fall to the bottom and you just see an asshole bouncing towards the camera like.
They do this angle sometimes in a lot of amateur porn.
What angle is this?
Usually, say like if it's doggy style, the camera's on the floor looking up.
Yeah.
That's not a good angle.
What's a good angle then?
From the top looking down. Like I've
Normal
hooked up with
angle.
somebody before who had mirrors on the ceiling.
Mm.
And I look at, that's a good angle. Like from the top down, okay, cool, everyone looks good. But I feel like the cock ring angles are going to be a little bit like, when you get underlit, like
Yeah.
you're about to tell a scary story or something. That's what I think
An underlit pum pum.
it's good. Can we read the reviews though? It's got 2 reviews already. The cock cam.
I need to find out the website. I think that's
Scroll
just
up a sec. There.
I can't. I don't know how to
right,
click
it's just
into
an
it.
image,
Yeah,
it's
it's
an
an
image from
image,
the
a
website.
screenshot.
Okay, got you.
I can try and have a look, but boy, I don't know.
Scroll up. I saw one bit that had underlined "can easily be hacked." Go down. It's like a detail that they just leave out. The thing. Scroll down. This isn't the first time companies have thought putting cameras on people's junk is a smart idea. The Svacom Slimeye, a dildo with a camera on it, even worse, could easily be hacked to expose sensitive data, but the Cockcam website promises its app and device are secure.
All right, Dev, I'm on the cock camera.
All right.
All right, here are the reviews.
Let's read one, but go Lab Bible. So let's see what Lab Bible said about it. It's very small and lightweight, isn't it? Ooh, small, very lightweight.
I'm seeing a review type thing.
Films in 720. What?
Ooh.
Not even 4K.
Yeah, 90 minutes, so that's for most men.
90-minute battery life.
Fuck yeah, all right, mate. All right.
90 minutes.
Takes Billy that long just to get enough blood in his wood. I don't think we're going to get any real reviews of this today, man.
Jesus.
Yeah, I think we just got articles.
Do you know what I feel like? It's the kind of thing either, like people who have been together for like, usually couples are in their mid to late 20s and they've been together for like 12 years or something really depressing like that. You're like, oh my God, that's so lame. But they're the type of people who would buy something like this because their sex life is so dry. If you're like 28 and you've been with somebody for like 12 years, your sex is so
Dead.
dry
So
and
dead.
boring,
Yeah.
then you probably do need something like this to spice things up a little bit. Yeah, I just think it's like one of those things where it'll be like a sort of cool novelty gift. You probably use it once or twice, and then it would just stay in your like.
Put it on eBay.
In
It's
a chest of
hardly
drawers or
used.
something like that. Yeah, like an actual cock ring. I reckon this will get used as much as an actual cock ring. Couple of times to see what it's like, and then stay in a drawer forever.
100%. 100%. Right. I think that's it for today's episode. We were going to talk about a Spotify pet playlist, but I don't think we've really got time for that. We might have to save that till next week. Pet playlist for your Spotify. But yeah, Dev, if you can let everyone know where they can find you online, we'll end the show on the nice silly song that will get you through your Blue Monday or your Blue Week.
My Instagram is just Dev, just DEV. Type that into Instagram and you'll be able to find me. I'm also bringing out my podcast I've done. There's a bit of a collaboration with Age UK where I talk to people, some older people. It's quite moving, quite beautiful conversations that I have with them, and it's called Old Enough to Know Better. So when is this coming out?
It's coming out this Thursday.
It's coming out this Thursday. All right, probably won't be out by this week.
Okay,
It'll either be
cool.
out this week or next week. But
Nice.
it's called Old Enough to Know Better. Search that on all the places where you get podcasts, and you'll be able to hear it. And
How many episodes you got in that
something
season?
I'm really, really proud of. 7.
Nice.
7 episodes.
Send me over one to have a listen to
Yeah,
before it's
yeah,
out.
I
Be
will
good
do.
to have a listen before the show's out.
Yeah, something I'm really, really proud of, really, really happy with. And yeah, I can't wait for everyone to hear it.
Oh, nice one. All right, cool. Right. How to Kill an Hour on all social medias here. I'm Marcus Bronzy, Marcus Bronzy on all social medias too. What is it? That button I'm going to press, Bill? That one for this song.
Oh, I can't wait.
Dark blue.
Dark blue.
Love it.
All right, that one there. All right, cool. Anyway, we're out of here. But in the meantime, yeah, this should pick up your week a little bit. It's a song that kind of gets inside my feelings.
I'm talking about the booty on your body. I'm talking about the body that you got with the booty. I'm talking about the booty on your body with your body got a booty. A booty on your body, now your body got a booty. And don't forget, baby girl, your body also got some nice booby. A booby on your body, too, booby on your body. A booty on your body, then a booby's up top. A booby on your body, there's a booty on your body. Your body got a booty and a booby, two boobies. I'm talking about booby body, booby body, booby booty. I'm talking booby body, booby booty, booty body. I'm talking Bobby booty, booty baba, boomba bada booba. I'm talking baba tuba tapa tuba baba booby. A raka taka ta taka taka ta ta. A toka tone baba papa papa papa. A chaka chaka Khan, Shaka Khan, Shaka Khan. Rufus featuring Shaka Khan.